Grimes of Chien-Pao versus Hamilton with Arctina. Both seem to have decent starts here. Chien-Pao start from Grimes. Oh, but it's just attached pass. Okay, so not a great start here from... I was saying, it's good starts, but no. Jared's start is not great. Okay. So how do we tackle this here? What is that psychic Pokemon in hand? Is that a Mawile? Cringe. We're Ultra Balling away. Thinking about keeping the Tina in the hand. Gives up the Squabat. I think I like that a little bit. The energy's like super important in this deck. And doing some prize checking here. And then I think I want to see Alex. I honestly... Huh. So I wouldn't Iono here. Yeah, if I'm Alex here, I wouldn't play the Iono. So Jared just did nothing on their first turn, so you don't need to Iono here. So actually, I think what Alex should have done... there's a couple things Alex could have done. Setting up to KO this Chien-Pao on the next turn is like okay, but I don't think it's like necessary. What Alex could have done here though was just hold the Ultra Ball. And I think that's what Alex actually should have done here. Was just like Trinity Charge. Just go attach a double turbo to the Arceus, Trinity Charge to yourself, pass. And then hold Ultra Ball. See what kind of draw Jared has, and then just go into... and then next turn just go into Arceus V-Star. Because right now, like, Jared went draw pass. Like, Jared can't KO you next turn. Can they? Is there a way that Jared could actually get the knockout here? I don't think he can. Yeah, how could... is it possible for Jared to be able to get the KO here? I don't think so. So I think on Alex's side, you should just go on attach, accelerate one energy pass, and then save Ultra Ball to get the V-Star. And depending on how Jared plays out their next turn, then maybe you play the Iono. And I actually think Jared's hand was dead. I'm actually not sure. But I think Alex should have just played this slower. The only thing that this play does here for Alex, you do get the energy on the Tina. So this does mean that Tina can one-hit KO the Chien-Pao next turn. But you need to have some lineup of Arceus into Chien-Paos anyway. You can't just like only use Tina in this matchup anyways. Like Chien-Pao after Chien-Pao after Chien-Pao. So you literally just lose the game if you do that as Alex. So you do have to like throw a couple Arceus into the Chien-Paos at some point. So yeah, I'm not actually a big fan of this play from Alex. I think you should just like left Jared with a potentially dead hand and just kind of chilled. And then yeah, here comes the Trinity Charge now though. And I'm sure we'll grab... the threat of the KO on the Chien-Pao is nice, so I'd probably just throw 3 energy on the bench here. See what Alex grabs though. Didn't bench the other Arceus V in the hand. I think that's probably fine. Back-to-back Arceus Vs here aren't terrible either, I don't think. So as we see, just 3 to the Tina. I guess you could set up double Tina instead. That might be better. But yeah, I think Alex should have just chilled. And yeah, just chilled out. We'll see what Jared actually ends up doing here. There's an Iono. And something else in the hand. I can't tell what the other thing is. Oh, it's a Frigibax. You do need to put down another Frigibax here for Alex. And you kind of want to mention another Chien-Pao, but you probably just won't do that. You'll probably Irida here for Nest Ball and Frigibax and go Frigibax plus Greninja. That's what I would assume is going to be grabbed here. We'll get the Greninja, we'll get the Nest Ball. And then the question should just be, should you play the Nest Ball before you use the Greninja? Because you could Greninja into the Chien-Pao, or you could Nest Ball for the Chien-Pao. Let's see, it looks like Jared is going to play the Nest Ball immediately. Maybe not. You do want to get another Chien-Pao, but you maybe want to see other stuff. I don't know what else is in Jared's hand. We'll see here in a second. Looks like they are going Greninja first, so they're trying to draw into potentially a basic Pokemon. They did draw into the Frigibax, so now they can Nest Ball here for a Chien-Pao, which makes the most sense of what's a grab here. Oh, they do play B-Barrel as well, actually. They might go Bidoof, but it looks like they want to go with the Chien-Pao. I don't know. The Bidoof was B-Barrel prize? No, B-Barrel's right there. What was prize here for Jared? Jared prized the Arceus V-Star, I think. Otherwise, getting the Arceus V would have been pretty good. You could attach active and hit for 120 here as Jared. So that way you don't lose this energy to the Tina knockout, and then you're just kind of down 1 energy in play, but this seems fine as well. I don't think it really matters too much. You maybe want to be able to like potentially want to kill the Tina. I think Jared's hand is still dead here once again. Yeah, Jared's hand is dead. There's nothing. Well, they have the Greninja on board. That's all you have though. Here comes an Ultra Ball. Rid of Arceus and Psychic. Keeps around the V-Guard. I'm pretty sure that's a mistake. I don't think the V-Guard does anything in this matchup, right? I guess there is an Arceus on Jared's side. But if you're going to attach the V-Guard active anyways, I guess it doesn't really make a big difference. So we should see the Evolve, the attach of the V-Guard active, and then play the Judge here. And then use Starbirth after the Judge. Because you want to try and set up B-Barrel. B-Barrel is the goal here. So we should see attach active. Like I said, Alex could KO this Chien-Pao right here with a Tina, but I don't think you want to do that. I don't know. You could. Is that ever worth doing? But you can start to run out of energy in play really fast, right? Like I feel like it's... But you do have the other double turbo in hand, so you could just go... I don't know. It doesn't seem correct. Yeah, there's a Judge. And then we want to find Path to the Peak here for Alex. You want to find Bidoof, Path to the Peak. Another Tina V would be nice. You probably don't have to be worried about your bench Tina V getting Gust KO'd, so you don't have to like play around that. That's probably not going to happen. That should be fine. Shouldn't have to worry about that. Still has the V-Star. There's the Path. There's an Ultra Ball. There's an S-Ball. So what do we Starbirth for here? Nest Ball gets Bidoof. Ultra Ball gets... Could get B-Barrel, but the hand's pretty good. Eyeing up a Nest Ball and a Boss. The Bosses are a pretty big deal in this matchup because you want a Boss just KO Baxcalibur after Baxcalibur usually. I'm curious to see what Alex grabs here. Double Nest Ball happening. Getting the second Tina. I like that. But we're not getting any prize cards here, so the hand becomes... Still has the... See, the thing is, this hand is, like, dead. So instead of the Boss, I wouldn't have hated to see the B-Barrel, because Ultra Ball would have to get rid of a double turbo, which you don't want to do. We'll see how this goes, though. Search out 3 more energy. Throw him on the bench. Tina again. A lot of energy in play here for Alex from here now. This 180 is, like, a little bit awkward on this Chien-Pao as well, though, because if Jared goes 1 at KO your Arceus on this turn, then responding with the Tina is just a little bit awkward, I guess. It's not terrible, but... Yeah, I would have... I think Alex, instead of the... Because also, like, you also need to... Like, let's say you do get... Let's say Alex's Arceus does get 1 hit KO'd here. You also need to find a Tina V-Star. Well, I guess you don't have to find a Tina V-Star, to be honest. Because you could just Shred KO. It makes it knockout easier on Jared's side, but maybe you just have to be fine with that. Yeah, I don't know. The Boss is good. Like I said, the Boss is good in this matchup. Boss KO Baxcalibur is really powerful. But if you're going the Boss route, I feel like you'd want another Arceus in play. Set up another Arceus, and then you go Boss with Arceus. Arceus KO the Baxcalibur. Because KOing a Baxcalibur with Tina is like really inefficient. And theoretically, if Jared is going to candy out a Baxcalibur this turn, they'll probably also have the KO. I don't think you want to candy out a Baxcalibur and pass with the Arceus still set up, because then Alex will just respond with Boss KO Baxcalibur. So if Jared has candy Baxcalibur, I don't think you're... If Jared has candy Baxcalibur, I think you're only doing it if you're KOing the Arceus, because otherwise Arceus plus Boss is too efficient into KO Baxcalibur. A Tina KO Baxcalibur is not that efficient at all. The hand here from Jared. I think there is the Bidoof in the hand. I think that was a mistake from Jared to not get Bidoof over the Chien-Pao. I think that was a mistake here from Jared. It just doesn't make any sense. You need the draw power in play. You want the draw power in play. Because then Ultra Ball all of a sudden turns into draw power, especially under Path. You have to assume that the Paths are coming on Alex's side, so you want as much draw power under Path as possible. So we're just going to see a hit here to utilize the energy that's on the active here for 120. Yeah, Jared's in a pretty bad spot here. Yep, 120. Yeah, now Alex can just win the prize trade by going Tina knockout, or excuse me, Arceus knockout, Chien-Pao, and then go Tina 1 hit KO, Tina 1 hit KO, and 2-2 prizes back to back and just win the game that way. Hand here for Alex Judge. So now I would just ultra. I would play that Ultra Ball and get a B-Barrel, I think. You don't need the Boss anymore. The Boss isn't important anymore. The important part is that you chain Tinas from here to just go knockout and win the game. The Boss is okay. Maybe the Boss is fine. The next turn you can like force up a 2, but you don't need to. If you KO anything next turn, you're still ahead in the prize exchange. You KO anything, or yeah. I think if I was Alex, I would have Ultra Ball for B-Barrel and drawn 5. You want to get these Tinas evolved as well. You want to find those. Because like, imagine if Jared goes knockout your Arceus this turn. Well, then I guess the Ultra Ball can become the Tina. But if that's all you have, then you can still lose the game from there. So I think Alex, I don't know. Maybe it's fine. We're getting 2 prizes. Yeah, we're getting 2. I think I would have played the Ultra Ball there. I got B-Barrel and drawn 5. I would have drawn 5 cards there for sure. Yeah, I definitely would have drawn 5 cards there. I just want more options on my next turn. Because all you need to do... The Boss is nice, though. That's what I'm kind of stuck on. It's like the Boss is nice to have in the hand here for Alex. The Boss is definitely nice here to have in the hand. So I think you push Frigibax here. Jared. Yep, there's a Frigibax push. There is an Era to top deck. So that can get you What is that card? That's the Irida. Okay. So you could get Ultra Ball plus Baxcalibur, go Candy Baxcalibur, and then Ultra Ball for B-Barrel. Yeah, I think that's probably the play here. Is Ultra Ball plus Baxcalibur. There's Bax. Let's see what else they were thinking. Yeah, that has to be the play. There's no other play here ever. Energy Retrieval. Would that get the KO? There's 2 in there. No, it doesn't get the KO, right? Superior. Would that get the KO? I feel like we need more than that. We're living off the prize cards once again then, as Jared. I would just save the Ultra Ball and Boss and use Get Bib next turn. I mean, maybe. I mean, that's maybe fine. But, I don't know. Superior. See, so the problem with this play from Jared is you're living off your prize cards in your top deck. If you get the B-Barrel, you're not guaranteed anything. If you get the B-Barrel as Jared, you're not guaranteed the Superior. You're likely to draw into some kind of out to get you there probably, though. Whether that be Energy Retreat plus Stadium Bump, and then use the ability of Chi and Pow. Or get a Superior. Or there was an Energy Retrieval in there as well, right? You get the Energy Retrieval plus an Energy. That also does it. So now Jared is fully living off... Also, you would get access to Greninja maybe if you drew into a Stadium. So now Jared is fully living off the prize cards, 2 prize cards, and a top deck, which isn't terrible. But now you also have no B-Barrel in play to use next turn as well to draw more cards. So this is like I think a mistake that a lot of players make is just because something is guaranteed, it doesn't make it the best line of play. But you tunnel vision on that, right? Your goal this turn is Jared to knock out Arceus. Okay, I have a line to knock out the Arceus, guaranteed. But just because the line of play is guaranteed doesn't mean the expected return of value of a different play wouldn't be higher, even if it doesn't guarantee the current line of play. Which, like, if you get Ultra Ball instead of Superior here and you get B-Barrel, the actual value of the B-Barrel I think is higher because you draw 5 cards this turn and then you draw potentially 5 cards next turn as well, right? And you could whiff the KO this turn if you go with the B-Barrel over the Superior, but getting a KO doesn't win you the game. It's not about winning. It's not if winning the game, if you KO in the Arceus won you the game, then this would be correct from Jared. But KO in the Arceus here does not win you the game. It just gets you 2 prize cards. So you have to always be concerned with winning the game, not executing the game plan for the turn. Because they both are attempting to execute the game plan for the turn. They're both trying to KO the Arceus. Just one guarantees it and one maybe gets there, but one lets you play more game and give you more value over the long run to actually win the game as opposed to just KO the Arceus. So I think we should have seen Ultra Ball for B-Barrel over this Superior. We also should have got like Beautiful Play a turn previously from Jared, but it's like not as big of a deal. I think it is actually a really big deal though to have gotten the Beautiful Play. I didn't like fully think through this matchup when I was talking about Jared getting Beautiful like 2 turns ago, but because they play Path to the Peak, like yeah, having some kind of draw power under Path to the Peak is like super important to have access to. So the Beautiful should have been in play like 2 turns ago. All right, we got the knockout. Alex has a pretty good hand here still, so yeah, Alex has got a pretty good hand here. Got the Ultra Ball. We have the Judge. We don't want to play the Judge here though as Alex, so you just need to find a Tina here. If you get a Tina V-Star here, there's the... All right, so now Alex's hand is just broken. We got the B-Barrel off the top deck. See, this is the same thing with Alex as well on the last turn. We could have like B-Barreled for 5 last turn and then maybe also B-Barreled for 5 this turn. And it's like, okay, maybe Alex... Now, so Alex's hand didn't get disrupted, which is kind of predictable because Jared plays Iono, but you want to be using the Iridos as Jared. But like, so let's say this turn Alex didn't top deck B-Barrel, and you don't want to judge your opponent after they just got 2 random cards. So let's say Alex goes Ultra Ball for Tina V-Star, Tina Knockout, and then next turn Jared goes Iono you down to 2. You have no B-Barrel set up, knock out your Tina. Then all of a sudden you could just lose the game there as Alex, right? Because you just have a Tina on your bench with Shred. But if you had Ultra Ball last turn and drawn 5 cards with B-Barrel, and then maybe even 5 more cards this turn, you get Tina V's, you get maybe supported play for turn, you get like all this other stuff that you could actually utilize. And then if you get Iono on the next turn, you have B-Barrel set up ready to go. With this B-Barrel top deck though, which is pretty fortunate here for Alex, you can go evolve the Tina V-Star in the active. And basically both of these plays, talking through both of these situations that both of these players played, they're not, I feel like they're not thinking in the long term enough, and they're just thinking about in the immediate. Alex is like, okay, if I hold this Ultra Ball for the Tina, I have the response to the Chi and Pow. Jared's like, okay, if I get this knockout on the active Arceus, that's what I want to do this turn. They're thinking too short term, and they're not thinking, okay, but how do I win the game? Like, is this going to win me the game, or do I need more than just this KO or just this access to this potential attack on the next turn? You want to be thinking as long term as possible. You want to try and see into the future as much as you possibly can. And then you'll all of a sudden realize, okay, maybe getting B-Barrel over the Superior Energy Retrieval here makes more sense because of that. Another Bidoof, Arceus, Iono. Once again, I wouldn't play a supporter here if I was Alex. You know, Jared is living off the prize cards, so... but you have a really good hand here as Alex, so... And then boom, there's the Tina knockout for 2 more prize cards. Yeah, 2-card hand here for Jared. Not very good. There's no 2 prizes on board here for Jared, though, so Alex actually can't win the game next turn. Wonder what the top deck was. Maybe has a boss in hand. Yeah, maybe top deck boss. I feel like that's what they're thinking about. They did top deck the boss. Okay, so you can go boss on the B-Barrel. You gotta do something here. And then had a Nest Ball, but didn't play it, which is curious. I guess they're keeping up the option of Ultra Ball top deck, though, which makes sense. 2 B-Barrel set up now for Alex, and there's an Escape Rope. Tina with the Shred gets pushed. So, yeah, you don't care if you send up the weaker Pokemon here. And there's even the boss on the... I don't know if I like that boss. It probably doesn't matter. You have the other Tina on the bench. Like, I don't know, maybe save the boss just so you can have it for the next turn. But, you know... I mean, what could Jared even do there? I don't even know. It's fine. It's fine from Alex. I'm not going to overthink that play at the end there. Alex is so far ahead at that point. All right, here we go. 3 Grass Energy Prize. Okay, so 2 Tina can't be set up aggressively. That's actually a lot of grass. And actually, if Alex like opens a grass, or I don't know if Alex plays research, it might just be Iono and Judge. So there might not be any researching away of grass energy. But if the grass energy gets like attached to Arceus turn 1 or something, that could be awkward. But it looks like we got some water or psychic energy in the hand there for Alex. Okay, Jared going first again. A little bit better of a start here. Got the Battle VIP pass. Get the Greninja. Get the Frigibax. And then should probably also use Chi and Pao here. They're probably going to be going back in just a second here. We'll see. Oh, I think they already did it, actually. They have a lot of cards in hand. They probably already did it. All right, double Frigibax coming down now as well. Way better start here for Jared. It is going to get Iono, but that's like not that big of a deal. Looks like they're getting rid of a water and a man. It looks like a Manaphy. Gets rid of the water and the Manaphy. And then probably going to grab Bidoof. I think Bidoof is worth, like I said last time, like you want that non-path to the peak disrupted draw power on board as aggressively as possible. So we see the Bidoof get grabbed a little bit more aggressive here from Jared, which I like. There's the path. There's an Ultra Ball. Price checking happening from Alex. The question is, do you play the path right now from Alex? Because it locks you out of Starbirth. So if Jared has a slow turn, then you might not be able to have an aggressive turn yourself as Alex. Also, you have a 1-prizer and you're active, so I think you're okay giving up the 1-prizer. So from Alex here, I think I would like to see path not played, just to make sure you can get to Starbirth next turn. Yeah, I realize there's no grass energy. Yeah, no grass energy. Well, 1 grass energy, but 1 is all you need to get going initially. So I wonder if we could have kept that psychic energy though. I wonder what Alex discarded over the... No, we probably had to keep. Yeah, and holds the path. I like that. Put the path back in the deck. And you do want a lot of path in this matchup. You want to try and lock up the Chi and Pao and Greninja as well. Greninja some draw support as well. Draw there from Jared. I can't tell. It looks not good, but that might be an Irida actually. I think there's a boss on the Irida maybe. Draw there from Alex is pretty mid. Alex could have played around escape rope right there, but chose not to. Didn't bench the Spiritomb. Yeah, that might come back to bite him. We'll see if the turn 2 1-hit KO on the Arceus happens here. Yeah, I think we should have seen the bench of the Spiritomb there from Alex to play around escape rope. A lot of Chi and Pao decks do play escape rope, so there's the B-Barrel. Definitely cooking here for Jared now. Here comes the Irida. We do have Candy Excalibur for sure. It doesn't look like there's the escape rope in the deck, but I don't think the escape rope play is possible. I'd bench Tomb because then they can Greninja for 2 prizes. That's fair, I guess. They would be able to Greninja for 2 prizes. I guess it depends on how afraid you are of them having the escape rope play. Wait, actually, I think they do have the escape rope play. I think it's another. Wait, is that an escape rope? No, it looks like the Japanese escape rope that we don't have, but we don't have it, so it can't be. Wait, do they have it? Jared is really stressing about these energies. Yeah, Jared's super stressing about these energies. I think okay, there we go. We had B-Barrel as well. Okay, we have the B-Barrel set up as well. Big hand. Here comes Ultra Ball. That is kind of fair, I guess. Maybe you want to play around Greninja there. I don't know. The thing is, it would cost Jared 5 energy to pull off the Greninja play. Cost them 5 energy to pull off the Greninja play because they have to retreat the active. And if they switch to the bench, that means they have the escape rope, which means you lose. So it would cost them 5 energy to get there. I don't know. I'd maybe still bench the Spiritomb there. It depends how likely you think the escape rope play is to happen. Which I'm not sure how often it's going to happen, to be honest. We definitely need to see a supporter here from... Probably need to see an Iono here. Iono plus probably Tina, I would assume. We need to see as many cards as possible here from Alex. And this is where I think you want to go back-to-back Arceus here from Alex, because you want to punch the active Chi and Pow. It probably knocks you out back, and then you want to respond with another Arceus punch as opposed to punching with Tina. You don't want to punch with Tina after that. So we should probably see Arc. Has escape rope. This actually would have been an interesting play where Jared could have actually pushed the Greninja, to be honest. This would have been an interesting play for Jared where you could have pushed Greninja, put Alex on odd prize cards. But maybe that's what Alex would want with this current setup, because then Alex could go Arceus KO Greninja and then only set up Tina's, and Tina's KO take care of Chi and Pow's, and Arceus can take care of another one project later. So maybe it's better just to push up the Chi and Pow, let it take the hit, actually. That might be fine. I would have been like, I think you could have sent it up the other way though. That wouldn't have been terrible. Okay, Nest Ball for the Bidoof, it actually looks like. They have the second Arceus though. So what I say, like you probably want to go Arceus into Arceus. Has a path, has Squat Vet, has Ultra Ball. Alright, so it has plenty of stuff to work with next turn. And then here comes the punch. Now the thing is, there's not a great you need to still set up a Tina here. So I don't know if you do this. Alex is going with, but you're out of basic energy then at this point. I don't think you can do this as Alex. I think you have to take a psychic energy and hope to draw into a double turbo next turn. I think it's a mistake from Alex. Like you do this once again, like this is where we're thinking too short term. This is like thinking way too short term. You have to think long term. Long term, this is not going to win you the game. You literally just never want to KO Chi and Pow. How do you ever win? I guess your win con at that point from Alex is to always boss KO Baxcalibur over and over and over and over again. Okay, maybe. But I feel like this is thinking too short term here from Alex. I feel like if you're not 1 KO and Chi and Pows, you're probably losing the game. The argument would be, well, now I'm just going to go down the route of chasing Baxcaliburs. Having the option to 1 KO Chi and Pows seems pretty good, though. So I don't know. I think I maybe would have just grabbed 1 Psychic, thrown it on the Arceus, and then just try to draw into a double turbo next turn. And Jared's super set up at this point as well. So I feel like that's... Jared's like so far ahead now at this point. I feel like Jared's not... I think Jared's not whiffing like the knockouts at this point. Like this turn specifically for Jared, after seeing this play, all you need to do is Jared's like a little bit ton of water energy in play if possible, and then just like it doesn't matter if they boss KO your Baxcalibur. Wait, was that a failed Ultra Ball? What is in the hand there from Jared? Oh, it is a Frigibax. Maybe we do want to keep that Frigibax around. I guess that's fair. I was like, why didn't we grab something and Ultra Ball those two away? But it is fair to keep the Frigibax around, I guess. Also, actually, you know, to be honest, Boss KO Bidoof is not that bad here for... Boss KO Bidoof from Jared is actually reasonable. There's a Greninja for 2. Heavy Ball. I'm not playing the Heavy Ball. Superior Away, Heavy Ball, and something. I see if we didn't play the Heavy Ball, we're getting rid of the Heavy Ball here. But actually, Jared's keeping the Heavy Ball. I don't know what's... Now we get rid of... See, but now why are we getting rid of Frigibax? This doesn't make any sense. Why would we not get a Pokemon out of our deck? Maybe there wasn't a good Pokemon to get out of the deck to Ultra Ball away with the Frigibax. I don't like getting rid of Frigibax here, though. I don't like getting rid of Frigibax here because it's pretty obvious that Alex's game plan is to boss KO your Baxcalibur. Alex can't one-hit KO Chi and Pow. So I actually don't like this play here from Jared of Ultra Ball away the Frigibax. Yeah, I don't like that. Because you know, like when Alex goes arc like this, they're gonna be chasing your Baxcaliburs. It's curious that we have the Heavy Ball in the hand still. Why do we have the Heavy Ball? I do like overloading as much energy as possible. I think you should definitely do that here as Jared. I don't know why Jared's like so hesitant to do that. Also, what is prized that Jared is holding the Heavy Ball but not playing the Heavy Ball? I want to know what the... Oh, there's a Chi and Pow. Well, why wouldn't we? No, then we should just play the heavy ball for the Chi and Pow right now. It makes no sense to keep it as a... Well, maybe it... All right, so I guess Jared's thought process here has to be, okay, if I get Irida, I can Irida for Baxcalibur, and then also get Heavy Ball, and then Heavy Ball gets Chi and Pow. But if you have any Ultra Ball or Nest Ball left in the deck, that also does the same thing. The natural draw would be about the same, but you probably have more Ultra Balls and Nest Balls left than Heavy Balls, so you could naturally draw into an Ultra Ball or a Nest Ball through a Judge or an Iono later on in the game. That would lead you to just getting the Chi and Pow, then having to go find the Heavy Ball. Unless Jared is literally out of Nest Balls and Ultra Balls, but otherwise Jared probably should have just played that Heavy Ball there. Ultra Ball is more costly than Heavy Ball. That is true. It depends. So the biggest thing would be, is there Nest Balls left? The biggest thing would be, is there Nest Balls left? That is true. Ultra Ball is pretty costly, or could be too costly. So yeah, the question would be Nest Balls. And there's 0 Nest Ball in the discard pile, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that there's a Nest Ball left. All right, here comes the Ultra Ball from Alex. Gets rid of the boss. Actually, this doesn't make any sense for how Alex played this, though. I feel like Alex this turn needs to boss the Baxcalibur. Giving Alex one more turn, potentially another turn of Baxcalibur, makes no sense here, I don't think. Oh no, but we can't actually get the KO. Oh, we're not guaranteed the KO though. What is the last card in the hand? It's a double turbo. Why aren't we attaching the double turbo? All right, Alex is definitely throwing this one in. Alex, I think, should have Ultra Balled away the double turbo and the Squavette, boss the Baxcalibur, and then B-Barrel for 5. Hopefully get an Arceus, evolve to Arceus KO Baxcalibur. Because I don't know what this play ever does. Like, you KO the Chi and Pow, but then you're giving Jared another turn of Baxcalibur. So if Jared just finds a superior energy retrieval, then all of a sudden maybe just like use load enough energy and play where the game's over at that point. So and you're also locked out of Tina at this point. Like Alex on their last turn locked themselves out of Tina. When they put the 3 energy on the Arceus, they locked themselves out of using Tina ever this game. So you're not going to win the game by going down the KO Chi and Pow route, because you KO this Chi and Pow comes up, and you're not one to KO in this Chi and Pow, so you lose the game that way anyways. So I think Alex definitely should have gone for the go all in on the boss KO Baxcalibur. Hopefully it can't be replenished, and then try and do it again on the next turn. I guess that's why you kind of need the double turbo for the next Arceus though, then maybe? I don't know. The hand here looks pretty good I think Jared can actually get out another rare candy. Also having the Chi and Pow in the deck as well means that you can Irida for the Chi and Pow itself and then get an actual different item like a superior. So it always yeah, Jared definitely misplayed by not playing the heavy ball on that last turn. Definitely should have played the heavy ball on that last turn. Yeah, there's no reason to have not played the heavy ball on that last turn. Okay, draw here from Jared. Doesn't quite have a way to get a KO, I don't think. Like right here off this Irida, we're probably getting, I don't know, are we getting the rare candy here? Maybe not. Oh, it gets the vacuum. Yeah, that makes more sense. But you could have also gotten Chi and Pow, but now there's just a heavy ball in your deck. So you get the vacuum, which is cool. Vacuum's cool. But now you just have, you could have also grabbed Chi and Pow and benched it, but it's a heavy ball, so. Okay, vacuum. Get rid of that. B-Barrel first for 3. There's a heavy ball. All right, dude, I love it. I love the punish here. There's the heavy ball. That could have been a Chi and Pow. That could have already been in play, which would have drawn Jared +1 card. Dude, I love to see the punish happen. It's just beautiful. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's probably my favorite. That's gonna be my favorite part of the whole stream today. Is that right there? It's gorgeous. All right, we're a little bit short on the knockout here from Jared still. Jared needs to find... Loves misplays. I don't love misplays. I love it when people get punished by their misplay. Because it fully encapsulates the... It just proves the theory that it's a misplay, right? It proves the theory. It proves the theory of... It proves that it's a misplay, basically, right? Or further proves it, right? Because you could always argue on what is a misplay and what's not a misplay, but it starts to identify it, right, as being a misplay. It makes them learn from it. I mean, maybe a lot of people don't learn from their mistakes though, so I wouldn't say that's for sure. It's just theoretically. All right, we got the superior here from Jared. Gives up an Iono. And boss, maybe? I mean, you don't really need boss anymore at this point. If you have one boss, you'll eventually be able to boss a 2-prizer to win because there's one on the bench. Get rid of the Baxcalibur. There better be another Baxcalibur left here for Jared. I think there is. Wait. No, there's not. Did Jared just throw? Wait, but there's only 3 prize cards left here for Jared. So it might be fine because we could boss KO B-Barrel. There's one here, one in the... That... We'll see how this plays. I'm curious now. This might be a massive throw here from Jared. I think there's another boss in the hand, though. So I think it's fine. So if Alex goes boss KO Baxcalibur, then Jared has boss KO B-Barrel to respond. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We'll see. I'm getting a little bit nervous for Jared here now. Five knockout. Okay. Alex sends up the B-Barrel. Okay. Interesting. Not sure what's in the hand. There is boss in the hand. There's... Oh, it had a switch as well, so probably just trying to maximize the draw off the Arceus. That makes sense. Attach. Path. Boss Baxcalibur. And this is the last Baxcalibur here for Jared. But I think Jared does have boss. I don't know if Jared has energy in hand, though. Draw two. There's the Ultra Ball. Get rid of the Raihan and the B-Barrel probably here from Alex. Yep, boom. Grabs the Arceus V-Star. There's the knockout. But I think Jared might have... Yeah, we'll see. Off return from Jared. There's the Irida for the rare candy. No way. Wait, did Jared not have a boss in hand? I swear Jared had a boss in hand. There's a boss in the deck. Oh, there's escape rope. Okay. Well, I don't think we're saved yet, though. There's an escape rope, but you don't have a way to retreat again as Jared. Yeah, Jared definitely threw. Yeah, he had boss. Oh, but didn't have the energy, right? Is missing the energy. Okay. We'll have the energy next turn with the superior, though. Here comes a shuffle. Okay, but Jared still has game in 2 turns here. As the boss, you just need to hold the boss here as Jared. You can play the superior, attach active, pass. And then next turn, boss KO B-Barrel. I think the judge isn't sure why the deck is being shuffled here or something like that. We're just gonna skip ahead a little bit until they figure it out. Okay, here comes the superior, I think. No, Chi and Pao. They're using Chi and Pao. Okay, attach, pass. Okay, they have game. Oh, wait, they had game the whole time then because they had Chi and Pao plus boss. Yeah, Jared did a little bit of throwing. We do a little bit of trolling. Ooh, the boss on the Frigibacks, though. So Alex should know that they are out. Alex should know that Jared's out. Jared knows they're out. There's actually a misplay here from Alex to boss this. No one plays 4 Baxcalibur. Count 1, 2, 3. 2 in the discard pile, 1 right here. No more Baxcalibur left. So Alex should either dig for a hand disruption card. There's 2 things that Alex could either dig for a hand disruption card and punch the active, because that's the only real threat on board is the Chi and Pao. Or boss KO B-Barrel is better here as well because it removes, or even the Greninja maybe, depending on how many cards are in the hand here for Jared. Boss KO Greninja might be better than boss KO B-Barrel because B-Barrel might not be able to draw any cards. But I think hand disruption plus punch the active, because you should be able to identify that the only threat is the active Pokemon here. So you shouldn't play boss here as Alex. You should just hopefully find there. Yes, the punish. Let's go. Maybe he thought he played recovery. But then Jared would have got the recovery last turn and either recovered the Baxcalibur or got the recovery off the Irida. Jared had full access to their deck with Irida and chose not to get Super Rod if they played it, or play Super Rod and then play Irida. So that means Jared doesn't play recovery or it's prized. So you know it's not there. So that means Alex should just go Iono plus punch. And that might have won Alex the game here. There's 5. There's a punch. Actually, the Mawile is pretty good here, to be honest. Wouldn't have won them the game, though. Because Jared could, like, use Superior and eventually attack with B-Barrel or attack with Greninja. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Alex should know that this is the only threat on board. And there's the boss on the B-Barrel, yeah. So there was an opportunity to punish Jared, because Jared definitely threw. But yeah, Alex did not punish. All right, game 3. We got 14 minutes left. Let's see. 2 boss prize. That can be a pretty big deal in this matchup. Like I said, you can go down the boss route of just KO Baxcaliburs over and over and over again. Arceus V and B-Barrel prize for Jared. So 2. I mean, the Arceus isn't like consistent draw support, but like, you know, early game setup, turn 2 Starbirth can be pretty good. And the B barrel I think is actually the big thing being priced. I'm pretty sure I doubt Jared plays 2/2 B barrel and a 1/1 Arcus, so it's probably just 1/1 B barrel. That's actually really big in this matchup because of the Path to the Peak. Like now you have like no draw power under Path to the Peak. Like your Chi and Pow's turned off, your Greninja's turned off. It's actually kind of rough. Attach pass here from Alex. Yorda in hand from Jared, but I don't think Jared has a way to retreat the Frigibax, which is kind of unfortunate. So you're gonna lose your Frigibax off the rip here from Jared, and that makes the constant chasing of the Baxcaliburs and Frigibax that much more powerful for Alex here. There we go. GM-Pow plus the Battle VIP pass. Frigibax and Greninja getting lined up, but neither of them are going to be very useful here. You probably do just want to get the Greninja out of there. Yeah, that hand's unfortunate. No way to retreat the active. And as long as Jared checks the prize cards here, they should know that the B-Barrel's prize. Otherwise, you'd want to get Bidoof down here over Greninja, I think. Ooh, the V-Star top deck here from Alex. Now the question is Judge versus Iono. I don't know. It's kind of tough. You want to see more cards, but you don't want your opponent to see more cards. I think whoa, Starbirth first. Okay, hang on. I got to see how this goes here. This is definitely incorrect, but there's no way this is correct. I think we're always playing Iono or Judge here. I got to see if Alex has something spicy here or not. My guess is this is just a misplay, but we'll see. Yeah, the question should just be Judge versus Iono first, I think. Because if you draw Nest Ball and Path, like, this never makes any sense, because if you draw Nest Ball and Path off of Judge, then you get to Starbirth for any 2 other cards. You don't want to, like, you're trying to maximize your Starbirth here. Attach, Path. Just hit? No, I don't like this. I mean, you know Jared has no energy in hand, but why would you want to give Jared Patchers out there outs to energy? I don't think you'd want to leave Jared with a 6-card hand. If they have a 6-card hand that has no energy in it, they probably have a Stadium in hand. Like, they have a 6-card hand with no energy in it, they probably have a Stadium in hand. Or no Switch card, too. Because if Jared had a Switch card there, you'd probably play the Switch card and use Chi and Pow. I think it is going to work here, but I don't think I'm a big fan of this. The chance that Jared has something here, I think, is still just too high. Because, like, Jared basically did everything they wanted to do on the first turn besides retreat and use Chi and Pow. You're to turn 1, double dudes, plus another dude. I think I like the idea. I think I like Judge here still. I think I still just like Judge here. I think Judge makes the most sense. Because Jared's hand has to be something. It isn't very good, though. It is true that it's not that very good. There's Arceus V-Star, but of course can't use that. And the rest of the hand is dead. That is true. The hand is dead, but I don't think you make the read that their hand is dead here. Ultra Ball coming down first here from Jared. Probably needs to go get another Frigibax. You don't want to candy out the Baxcalibur, because if you candy out Baxcalibur, it could just get boss KO'd here from Jared. So you want to get double Frigibax down and just pass. But this one actually might end up... I was thinking this one might actually not finish in time, but with Jared having this stead of a start, I also don't like the send up there from Jared. I think is bad as well. I think pushing Greninja here is incorrect. If you top, like, Jared didn't have a Stadium in hand, but if you top deck a Stadium, you can use Chi and Pow gets you energy. You get to use Greninja. You maybe get the KO. So I don't like that from Jared either. Is there any way to, like, discard? Why would you think it's dead besides the no retreat? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but if he has a Stadium, it's going to be super hard for him to get a KO on Arc. Yeah, but if you judge him, it's harder. They go from a 6-card hand, like, unless you judge him, like, if you judge him, I think it's just harder. No switch out and clearly no energy. Yeah, but you're still taking the knock on the active. They push the Chi and Pow. So as long, if their hand is just, what would their hand have to be? Maybe, I mean, you'd have to judge them into energy. Well, no, because in this situation, Jared could have, like, Candy Baxcalibur Iono, and then Iono into energy, and then you Chi and Pow, and then have the knockout. But if you judge them to 4, I think if you judge them to 4, there's less likely that they would actually have the KO. Of course, you can't predict what either hand is. You know the current hand has no energy. But if you're judging them to 4, even if they get an energy, they need energy, Candy Baxcalibur. They still need a lot. I think I would still judge there. Yeah, I think I would still judge there. But yeah, I don't like the not send up of the Chi and Pow here from Jared. Because if you top deck a Stadium, I think you just want to have this ready to go. Like, there is the threat of the Tina 1-hit KOing you, but like Alex didn't play anything last turn, so are they gonna have the cards to just 1-hit KO Chi and Pao cleanly? Maybe, maybe not. I don't even know if the boss is that. It's gonna just shred now. I guess the boss is correct here. Yeah, the boss is correct here from Jared. Now you can play it. Now you can play it super slow here from Alex. You just bench Arceus, attach to Arceus, and then shred knockout. I don't think burning the 2 energy off the Tina makes sense to retreat it. I think you're just shredding here. I would probably bench Arceus, attach to Arceus. You could hold it to just try and... Oh, I think we actually are going to see Alex retreat. I mean, maybe that makes sense. Maybe that makes sense. I could see it. It's a pretty big investment. It does preserve your Tina, which you want to have to be able to just 1-hit KO Chi and Pals from here. Maybe it does make sense to do the hard retreat. You are committing to... I guess it's fine. You just commit to only 1 Tina for the whole game, but that's probably not that big of a deal. I think I do like the hard retreat there. Another dead top deck here from Jared. Once again, not pushing the Chi and Pal. I think you just... I don't know. You have to play like you're going to top deck here as Jared, or you just lose anyways, right? Like, I feel like you have to push Chi and Pal here and hope for a ridiculously good top deck. I don't know. Doing this does not feel correct. Also, you're giving up another Frigibax, so now Alex just goes KO Frigibax, boss KO, Baxcalibur, and the game ends. So I don't think you can afford to sacrifice the Frigibax anyways. So you still have to hope for an insane top deck anyways. You actually could have benched Spiritomb last turn as Jared and then pushed that this turn, to be honest. So you should actually, Jared should have benched Spiritomb last turn, and then okay, if they knock out, I have nothing. Push Spiritomb, go from there. We do have the boss here for Alex, so Alex is literally just waiting to KO the Baxcalibur when it comes out. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think Alex preserving the Tina is probably correct. There's a beautiful top deck. And now Jared finally pushes the Chi and Pao. Once again, probably should have benched the Spiritomb last turn. Wait, is Alex on 2 prize cards? Or no, Alex has drawn 3. Alright, Pidoof coming out for Alex. And we do have the boss in hand for Alex. So Alex can just go, yeah, boss KO the last Frigibax, bro. With these poor Frigibax, bro. And yeah, there's the knockout. Judge is also better for my overall setup as well. Yeah, that as well. Like, you also just like, get to play the game more. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of a close call, but yeah, there we go. Kind of the first 2 games were kind of the first 2 games were nice, but this last game was well, actually no, did it? No, the first 2 games were pretty close, back and forth, right? There was some back and forth in the first 2 games. But yeah, this one was kind of just a steamroll, just a dead draw. All right, round 14, we got Gustavo with the Guardy versus Toby with the Arctina. A Ralt and the Mew prize for Gustavo, so it might be tough to set up here from Gustavo, to be honest. I don't get how Guardian didn't win this tournament. Everyone talked about how broken it is. I mean, it's not like Lugia level broken or Palkia level broken. It's just a really good... It's just definitely the best deck in the format. I think everyone agrees that, but it's not like... It not winning isn't like that big of a surprise. It's just like... Guardy is still definitely the best deck in the format, but like... It's not like head and shoulders above everything else like Lugia or Palkia were, so... Yeah. I think you're the only one who doesn't get how it didn't win. Like, it not winning is like really not that big of a surprise. So it might be a little bit of a rough setup here initially here from Gustavo. Triple Ralts out. But like I said, prize the Mew, so it's gonna but did get the triple Ralts. Got to triple Ralts without the Mew. There's an attach. Oh, there's the boss. Oh no, that's not good from Gustavo. That is not good. Wait, what did Gustavo shut off there? Because you get to pick an attack that they can't use. Because you'd want us to shut off Abyss Seeking here, not Shred. Yeah, okay, I did shut off Abyss Seeking. I was thinking maybe like Bram the Bidoof is a little bit better, but this is looking really bad for Gustavo already. Like if a Ralts didn't get KO'd this turn, then it's probably fine for Gustavo, but a Ralts getting KO'd this turn is like basically game over, I feel like. Or close. I don't know. The matchup, you can make some pretty big comebacks, so. There's a ball. I don't like this Judge from Toby. I would just go Squavette into B-Barrel, right? Why would we ever Judge here? We know Gustavo has a dead hand. I mean, let's see. How many cards in hand are there for Gustavo? Yeah, I don't know why we would ever Judge here. We know Gustavo doesn't have Iono or Research. They would have played them on the last turn, probably. You don't want to hang a Ralts in the active here. I feel like Toby should have just gone Squavette into B-Barrel here. And then if you do end up with an Iono or a Judge, screw it, go for it. But ideally, you just draw into Arceus and you just go from there. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're letting Gustavo play the game when Gustavo just wasn't playing the game. Usually when your opponent's not playing the game, you try and work as hard as possible for your opponent to not play the game if you can, but I don't know. I wouldn't let Gustavo play the game if I had a choice. I'll not let Gustavo play the game. There's an Ultra Ball in the hand here for Toby, but there's an energy. I don't know. You could, once again, hear from Toby, you could just go Squava into B-Barrel, put the energy back in the deck. Like, the Ultra Balls are also like a pretty valuable resource towards the late game because you can thin out your hand to draw more with B-Barrel. I don't really like this from, I think he's like unnecessary from, he's unnecessary here from Toby. Like, losing the energy feels bad. Losing the Ultra Ball feels bad. Losing the Iono feels bad as well. Like, these are all good cards, like, in the future. And it's not like evolving your Tina right now protects it from getting KO'd. Like, I would just go on Squavette, B-Barrel. Like, these are all good cards. Yeah, you just don't need, like, this doesn't do anything. Getting this right now does not do anything for Toby. And you're so set up, and you can see so many cards this turn, like, you just don't need to be this aggressive. Like, I'd rather have the resources for later. Like, the Ultra Balls, yeah, like I said, Ultra Ball's good to clean out your hand later for B-Barrel. B-Barrel for 5. Got a Pat to the Peak. Pat to the Peak is good. Got to use Starbirth now. That's fine. And go for, you want to go for Switch over Escape Rope here if it's in the deck, because you want to, this is like the active Ralts is the more threatening Ralts. You just want to KO the active Ralts here if you can. I don't know if the Switch is in the deck, though, if it's prized. But it looks like Toby is eyeing up the Escape Rope here. But I would like to see the Switch instead. Looks like Tina is the other grab here. I wouldn't hate to see another Bidoof get grabbed here, to be honest. If the other B-Barrel's in the deck, I would maybe even rather see Bidoof get grabbed here. Yo, appreciate the raid there, Mahone. Hope you had a good stream, my dude. Yeah, I wouldn't hate to see the second Bidoof get grabbed here. I don't know what's prize, though, so I wasn't really paying attention that close to the prize. I did, like, take note of the prize cards, but I, like, did not. I did not actually, like, check it. Switch was prized. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, because that Ralts is actually, like, really annoying for Arctina sometimes. It's really annoying for Arceus decks in general sometimes. The memory skip Ralts. Memory skip up from Gustavo. Here's a level ball. So Curliers are on the way. Gustavo really needs to find a Super Rod this turn to get that other Ralts back. Have a chance in this one. It's looking bad. It's looking real bad. You can push Cresselia this turn at the very least. There we go. What do we get? There's a research. Okay, Cresselia, and then there's the research. And then if we need to find a Super Rod this turn, recover the Guardian, recover the Ralts, or yeah, and get the Ralts back into play. And sucks though. There's the Artisan. I don't even know if there's anything to grab here for Gustavo. I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure there's nothing to grab here for Gustavo. Nope. Shuffles it up. Retreat to Cresselia and pass, I guess. Didn't even get a second Curlia. That's so rough. Or are they going with the memory skip? Oh, retreat to Manaphy, maybe. Ball Crystal to get another energy. Yeah, set that up. Attach that to the Manaphy, I guess. Maybe, I don't even know where this energy should go. Probably put it on the Manaphy. Maybe you just put it on the active. Oh, no, you put it on the Curlia. You start to set up the Curlia to get a big one in KO. And that makes sense to make it the Shiny Arcana. Pass. All right, you want boss here for Toby. No boss in hand, but has a lot of draw power to work with. Has Ultra Ball as well. Going to set up the Arceus. Put Ultra Ball away the Tina. Just goes with the Squavette. See, this is what I was talking about with like the last hand too, though. I would like to have seen this on the last hand. Just go Squavette. Just don't play the Ultra Ball. E-Barrel. Here we go. Has a Judge in hand. There's the boss, though. That's even better. Ooh, plays Jet Energy. That's kind of cool. Boss on Curlia. The Jet is interesting. I wonder what they're not playing to include the Jet. I haven't seen any Box of Disaster from them or anything like that. So we're committed to only one Tina this game. The Tina is only really necessary to KO Guardi EX, though. Like, you need, like, that's all it does. So one Tina's kind of all you need. We got an Iono here for Gustavo. I would consider conceding here as Gustavo, to be honest. This is like almost impossible to come back from. If there's no Super Rod here, yeah, okay, cool. I like it. If there was a Super Rod here, I guess you could still win the prize trade, so maybe you stick it out. But you need a Super Rod and both Ralts. All right, we will have Gustavo going first in this one now. Prize cards. One Path prize. The Cleansing Gloves prize, but it's early. Jet Energy prize, Bidoof prize. You do want to set up double B-Barrel in this matchup, I feel like, most of the time. And on Gustavo's side, nothing really too important prized. So the prizes aren't like too detrimental on either side. I played one Jet, one V-Guard to fit it. Doesn't Toby get DQ'd? Yeah, not in this game, though. Toby gets DQ'd during deck check of top 8. Gustavo's getting all of the Ralts out now. There was no Ralts prize this time. And then here comes the Mew. I think. Wait, no. Oh, did the Mew get a level ball actually? Oh, that's not that great. So another pretty slow start from Gustavo. No VIP pass. Even opened the Mew, but still no VIP pass. Toby immediately going for Arc. This is where I kind of want to see. Like, I actually think you should set up Tina here. Because the play from Gustavo is obviously Candy Guardy and attack with Guardy this turn. From Gustavo. So if you don't, like, you want to have the immediate response to that potentially. So I would like to actually see Tina grabbed here from Toby. Yeah, the play here from Gustavo is just Candy Guardy. And now Candy Guardy becomes even better because it can't even get one KO'd. You just punch with Guardy for turn. Or another good play here actually from Gustavo would be to go Cresselia KO Bidoof. Cresselia KO Bidoof is also really good. There's a Candy up there. There's a Battle VIP pass. I'm not sure what the hand is from. I think Gustavo has Candy Guardy, but it's the wrong Guardy. So Gustavo's looking for an Ultra Ball there to get the Candy into the Guardy EX. Did not get there. I guess we probably will see Candy into Shiny Arcana here, though. I don't imagine you don't do it here from Gustavo. But then you probably... The one with the energy, the one without the energy is the question. Because you want to think about the Guardy EX attack this turn still. There's the Iono. So we're still looking for Candy Guardy EX here for Gustavo. The Cresselia play is also still a thing, though, as well. There's some Ralts, there's some Kirlia. No Candy Gardevoir, unfortunately, for Gustavo, but... Oh, wait, not yet, actually. We still have Shiny Arcana. Nope, we're not going to get there this turn. There is a Ralt in the hand, I think, though, and we could go Ultra Ball for another Ralt here, or we could go for... I wonder how good the Penny is worth keeping around. We could also go for Greninja here, but I think you probably just go for another Ralts. We'll see. Go for the Ralts. That probably makes the most sense. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for Gustavo to have whiffed the turn 2 Candy, because that's what you want. That's what you want here is turn 2 Candy punch with Guardy. Or, like I said, the Cresselia play is also pretty good. Now, the one thing with the Cresselia play is, like, you KO the Bidoof. Toby doesn't have to bench another one prizer, but the Arc Tina deck functioning without B-Barrel is not... Functioning well without B-Barrel just doesn't really happen. Once you start to hit him with the Ionos, their plays are limited to basically 0, so... Going after the Bidoof isn't a terrible play. Wouldn't have been a terrible play from Gustavo with the Cresselia. Probably just punching the active with Guardy would have been a little bit better, though. Especially with no Tina on the board, there's no threat of you getting return knocked out, so... That probably would have been the play. Okay, Arc is set up. Tina's going to get set up this turn. Oh, they have no V-Star yet for Toby, but is using Judge, does have B-Barrel in play. I think Arctina would have been good into the top 8. Probably would have been... I mean, it would have been fine. The deck is like... Arctina's one of those decks that like doesn't really have any bad matchups. It's just kind of a fine deck. Beat everything. Did get the Ultra Ball. Does have to give up another Grass Energy here, but I don't think Energy is too big of a concern here for Toby anymore. I'm curious if we'll know what the other card in the hand is. Chose to evolve the benched one? I mean, that's curious. Now I'm really curious as to what Toby's hand is. Okay, why? Oh, because we're getting an escape rope here. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I was like so confused there for a second. We're always getting escape rope apparently, which is fine. That makes sense. And then punch, load up the Tina. Definitely always want to take out a Ralts as opposed to a Mew. I'd have to agree with that. Now Tina's loaded up. So Tina we will have the potential of a response of Tina into a Guardy EX potentially. And kind of first, Gustavo maybe should have gone with Mew first there, because you might want to thin out items because we're trying to probably find a Iono here for Gustavo. So Mew first from Gustavo is maybe better there. You get an item, you thin out the item. Like if you get a Fog Crystal, you thin out an energy, and then we do have a Super Rod in the hand as well here for Gustavo, so Gustavo can go get the Ralts again. So this is probably gonna grab a Kirlia, and then at the end of this sequence here, before we leave this hand, whether it be with an Iona or just passing potentially, we'll probably see Gustavo go Super Rod and get Ralts back. Level Ball. I guess what we're gonna see here. Treat to the Guardy. Wait, what's happening here? Super Rod just for Ralts. Oh, we did push just Ralts last turn. Is Gustavo really valuing the Mew? The Mew over the Guardy? We are punching here with this. Okay, we did have the Spirology. We also could have, but Gustavo can evolve that Kirlia, right? Gustavo can evolve this Kirlia to Shiny Arcana and then draw 2 more cards, right? I'm pretty sure they can. I don't know why they wouldn't here. I don't even know if I like this punch though from Gustavo. Like, what if you just didn't and then you just want to KO this next turn instead? Like the 150 is kind of weak because the 150 is kind of weak because you lose a Gardevoir. So like, you lose the Gardevoir, like you punch, then you lose a Gardevoir in response. Wait, couldn't Gustavo have evolved this Kirlia? I'm almost positive Gustavo could have evolved this Kirlia to a Shiny Arcana. I'm pretty sure they could have. I don't know, seeing more cards here feels pretty good. I feel like punching with Guardy is just never good. Yeah, I don't think punching with Guardy over here makes any sense. Because now you lose a Gardevoir, and then you still have to set up another attacker to KO this instead of just one-hitting it with a Gardevoir. And if Toby has a boss here, it's like fine, you let him have the boss. But maybe that's what Gustavo's thinking about playing around here, is playing around boss. It's like, well, what if they just have boss here? And there's a good chance that Toby does have a boss here, but then you get to keep your hand. If they boss, you get to keep your hand. Did you need to dig more this turn? No, but you should always just be more set up if you can. There's no reason to not be more set up, because now if you get judged here, you just have one less Gardevoir in play. Although maybe that's what Gustavo's thinking, is like you want to be able to keep it around to be able to go. No, but I would rather have the Shiny Arcana Gardevoir in play, I think, to be able to get another attack off with one, I think, on the next turn. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that punch there. I almost just like evolving the bench with the Shiny Arcana, draw 2 more cards, and then go from there. There is no boss in the hand here, actually, for Toby. Just a judge. See, like, having the Shiny Arcana in play as an attacker this turn would be pretty good, I feel like. I don't know. The big thing is if Toby doesn't have boss, then you just have a Gardevoir on your bench, another Gardevoir on your bench set up ready to go. But I mean, if Toby would have dug for the boss for sure, if Gustavo didn't. Toby would have dug for boss for sure if Gustavo didn't push a Gardevoir this turn. Libero for 2. I like the no bench Squavette here. It's probably correct to not bench the Squavette. There's the knockout. 1 energy left. Oh, we do have 1 more for the Tina. Okay, cool. Okay, so we do need to see Gustavo do something this turn. Probably doesn't want to attack with a Guardy EX. That's what I was saying. Like, you'd want to attack with Shiny Arcana here for a 1 KO, I feel like. Probably want to find the other Super Rod as well here. Any Guardy EX? I think Gustavo is going to go with the... I actually don't love... this one evolving. I think you'd want to evolve this one, actually. I think Gustavo should have actually refinemented with this one and then evolved this one. I assume we're not attacking with the Guardy EX here, because if you attack with Guardy EX as Gustavo, you could just lose. So I think what Gustavo should have done is evolve this one. Evolve this one to Shiny Arcana. Go refinement, evolve this one to Shiny Arcana, and then attach here, because you need so few energy to get this one to attack him. And then research. And then Gustavo really wants to try and get the Ralts back in play again, I imagine. And get the Shiny Arcana back. Nope. No Super Rod. No item card at all there. The other Super Rod might be prized, though, as well. I don't know where the second Super Rod is here for Gustavo. Zacian, I am pretty sure, is in the deck, though. Does have the Sinnoh in hand as well, so we'll be able to actually pull off the attack. Yep, Sinnoh. See, now this one is like super overloaded, right? Like, shouldn't have so it looks like Gustavo used Shiny Arcana and put the energy here instead of here. Unless I'm miscounting how many energy in the discard pile. Oh wait, maybe we did need that. No, we didn't. We were actually one over here. Oh, there is the Super Rod in hand as well here for Gustavo. Gustavo actually has the Super Rod, but it's choosing not to play it. Gustavo can go Zacian from here on out, but it seems kind of tough to pull off. Zacian here. Maybe Gustavo actually wants to overload this one though, so that way that the boss from the Tina can't happen. The boss from on the Tina is kind of scary. It's a little scary. It's not that scary though. I feel like the Super Rod should be played this turn from Gustavo, and another Rod should be get put on the bench here though. Yeah, I feel like that should happen here. I don't like that Rod's not happening. Actually, I don't hate overloading this Gardevoir then, to be honest. Maybe the 6th energy actually should even be here the more I think about it, because there is the cleansing gloves on the Tina, so the Tina can go boss KO your, which I think is probably what's going to happen here. The Guardy is not set up at all to respond to the Tina yet, so. But it is just an arc push here from Toby, so we're probably just going to see a Judge instead. We don't have a Judge in hand right now, though. Oh, that's coming down. Seems fine to me. Probably should have put the other double turbo on the Squovette, though. I guess maybe you want the option to attack with B-Barrel, though, I guess that's fine. Attacking with B-Barrel doesn't seem too bad, to be honest. There's the Judge. Okay, we got the Judge. The Disruption's coming in again. So that's why I kind of wanted another Ralton play from Gustavo. Another thing unfortunate for Gustavo is Gustavo has not been able to find Greninja. So the amount that Gustavo's gone through their deck compared to how much they could have gone through their deck is like a decent amount. Was it Greninja prize though? I think it was though. Wait, was it? I don't remember. It is not looking good for Gustavo though. We'll see how this hard this Judge hit though. There's a Stadium. Here's a Fog Crystal. How many energy in the discard? There's not enough energy in there to KO the Arceus though with Zacian. This is the only thing this thing can grab is Zacian. There's the Zacian grab. Curly holding an energy right now is actually kind of bad for Gustavo. That would have been like another reason to have played it the other way, to be honest. Here comes Mew. There's an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball's not that good though. The Ultra Ball just doesn't do anything, I don't think. Yeah, the energy actually is kind of bad on the Curly. It would have been better if it had been on the Gardevoir and got knocked out, to be honest. And once again, like I feel like Gustavo should have played that Super on the last turn and put another Ralton play. That could have become another Curlia. Also, you need to recover a Shiny Arcana Gardevoir anyway, so you would put that back in the deck as well. I think it's going to get tough for Gustavo to actually get this. How much tougher to get this KO? Yeah, I don't think there's enough energy to get the knockout here. Actually, I don't know if Gustavo did get the Greninja finally. So that'd be a way to draw more cards here. But there might be more energy in there than I thought. How many are in there? Play it first. No energy. There's that Super Rod again, though. Also, there could have been like that Shiny Arcana in the deck, which you could have drawn into, which Gustavo could have drawn into. And then that could have used that to draw more cards, theoretically. There's the Artisan. Energy were so close there for Gustavo. I don't know how many are in the discard pile, though. There's quite a few in the discard pile. What do you need? 8? 8 here on the Zacian to get the KO. It's just a pass here. Well, I guess you wouldn't pass. I guess you'd use Zacian's ability here. This is not looking good for Gustavo, though. You could hit with Guardy EX to bait out the Tina. Doesn't seem very good, though. I think Gustavo has 7 here. So if Gustavo had just pushed the energy on the Curly had just been on the Gardevoir. Probably a little bit unfortunate for Gustavo to have whiffed the energy. I think there was a Fog Crystal in Gustavo's deck, though. So I think it was a mistake to have used Mew before Iono as well, though. I think that was also a mistake here from Gustavo. I think there was, in the deck there for Gustavo, I think there was a Fog Crystal. So if you use Iono into the Mew, you're almost guaranteed the Fog Crystal hit, probably. I wish I knew how many energy are in this card pile. I can't. It is 6. There is 7. So Gustavo is 1 short. Retreats to the Zacian. As interesting. Is Gustavo keeps checking through the discard piles? Gustavo hoping there's an energy in there? Wait, is that 8? Nope. Wait, what is the play here from Gustavo? How is this ever the play? I feel like Gustavo should have just like left the Mew in the active, hope that Toby doesn't have boss, and then next turn go Iono plus attack with the Shiny Arcana that they shuffled back in the deck. I feel like you can't win here now. All Toby does is has to go attack with Arceus. And it has 2 turns to try and find a boss to boss around a Guardi EX. But no, you don't even need a boss around Guardi EX. You have the Tina. Yeah, this is always over. Yeah, the game's just over. Yeah, I don't know what Gustavo was thinking here with this one. I feel like every time... Wait! Oh, Gustavo did have the Collapse Stadium, but you can't collapse away the Curlia there. Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, sheesh. There's a knockout. Okay. Round... I don't know what round this is, but we got Christian Labella with the Arctina. Or, not Arctina. Arc Umbreon Duraludon. I believe there's Umbreon in... Yeah, there is. It's Arc Duraludon. And Lucas prized double Guardi EX, which isn't impossible to come back from. You do have Shiny Arcana that can attach energy. You do have Reversal Energy, and then you can also set up Zacian with like ability attach and attack turn 2 with it to possibly like put on some pressure, draw some prize cards. But I guess the really bad thing here is the Guardi EXs are in the there's not a Guardi EX in the first 2 prize cards. So looking pretty bad for Lucas here. We'll see. Looking like a pretty bad start. Okay. Christian is also going first. And the Manaphy start. Like, it's... Alright, at least everything bad is happening in one game here for Lucas. Christian going first game 1. Open the Manaphy. Like... I feel like it doesn't get too much worse than this. That's kind of funny. Literally, like, everything. Manaphy start. Going second. Double Guardi EX prized. Just get it all done in one game, though. Don't split it up. You know, you don't want to open Manaphy game 2, stuff like that. So there's the Arc, there's the Energy, there's the Umbreon. Has the Adventurer's Discovery in the hand for turn 2. I mean, pretty good start here from Lucas as well. Actually, did open the Manaphy, though, for Lucas. I don't know if Lucas plays the Penny. Yeah, I don't know if Lucas plays the Penny or does play the Switch. I did see the Switch in there from Lucas. So Lucas does have an out to the... I don't know, what's the attack from... What is the attack from the Umbreon? Whatever, it traps the active. It does the same thing that Mawile can do against Guardi. So opening the Manaphy is also bad for that reason as well, to be honest. Actually, to be honest... No, because Lucas definitely plays Collapse Stadium, so Lucas could wait until going, like, Switch plus Collapse or plays the Penny. And Christian might know that Lucas has Penny or Switch here, so doesn't want to invest... Ooh, okay, but this setup is actually interesting here. Mean Look, that's right, Mean Look. It's actually interesting because Lucas probably doesn't play double collapse. Well, he can't double collapse anyways. So now Christian can actually trap the Manaphy, and then even when Lucas goes Switch collapsed away Manaphy or the Greninja, there's still the Manaphy or the Greninja in play. So Christian can actually play the Mean Look game right now, going into this next turn. We'll see if they choose to. It's still, I don't know, it's still kind of risky, I guess. You can DG to make Mean Look only do 10. Yeah, you can win the game basically with the Mean Look strategy. But we'll see. Because yeah, there is the Manaphy plus the Greninja in play right here for Lucas. That means Christian could go full Mean Look. Christian could go full Mean Look here. I'm curious to see if Christian goes that route. Because if it's just the Manaphy, you can't really risk it. Because then if Lucas just goes Penny or something at some point, then you just lose the game, basically. And we see that Lucas goes aggressive with the Zacian here, probably recognizing that they prize 2 Guardi EX. Probably checking for that. Aggressive with the Zacian. I'm curious if Christian is going to immediately go into this Mean Look route, because you can do it here from Christian. Gets the Arceus. You can go Arceus for Switch plus Dark Energy and go Mean Look Trap. Or will Christian just take a little bit more standard of a route here? Maybe just Gust KO Ralts. Gust KO Ralts here is also really, really good. With only 2 Ralts down, Gust KO, one of the 2 Ralts is like pretty powerful here as well. So the Mean Look strategy, I don't know. We'll see here if that's what Christian opts for. This does play, to be honest, so going down this route from Christian and going like Gust KO the Ralts, so plays pretty well into Lucas's unfortunate prize cards of the double Guardi EX, because then Lucas will immediately be able to respond with the Zacian hit. And Arceus and Actually, that's interesting. Should Christian actually set up a Duraludon here to be able to 1-KO the Zacian? I feel like Christian should. Let's see what Christian does here. I'm curious. Because you want to be able to 1-KO the Zacian. You also want to KO a Ralts. So I feel like a Duraludon should be getting set up here from Christian. Let's see. There's the Escape Rope. You'd rather KO anything that's not Manaphy as well in this situation. So you definitely push Greninja here as Lucas. Or is thinking about a Ralts. Actually goes with the Ralts. Interesting. Energy. Do we have a Duraludon? Second Umbreon. Umbreon's up the Zacian. I don't really like this too much. I don't really like this at all, to be honest. Like, Lucas does not 1-hit KOing you with Zacian next turn. It's not happening. Especially if you KO a Ralts, that's like one refinement down. Why do we not want the prize card here? I don't know why we don't just want the prize card here. You also have Lost City in hand here as Christian. You'd be able to Lost City a Ralts away as well. So if you had gotten, like, what if we got Duraludon V instead? Bench Duraludon V. Knock out the Ralts. We got it free off the Escape Rope too, so we get to save the Umbreon for next turn. We get to save the Umbreon V-Star for next turn, or V-Max. KO the Ralts, Lost City it, which is huge. Bench Duraludon V. So many options on the next turn for Christian from there. I'm a big fan of this one. I'm a big fan of it. I think this is like, I don't know. Maybe Lucas hinted that they prize double Guardy EX, and maybe that's why Christian is taking this route, to be honest. Yeah, maybe that's a reason that Christian is taking this route. Maybe Lucas was like, I prize 2 Guardy EX, and Christian's like, okay, I'll bring up your Zacian and punch it. Because you get the prize card, you set up Duraludon, 1-hit KO Zacian at that point. I don't know. I like that a little bit better. This doesn't play around Reversal Energy either as well. Like, Reversal Energy is still live at this point. Reversal Energy is still live here for Lucas. If Lucas plays it. I don't know if Lucas plays the Reversal or not. Most people do. So I'm assuming that Lucas does have the Reversal, but I guess we'll find out eventually. I can still set up a Gardevoir attack through Shiny Arcana as well. No energy hits. They get a Curlia, though. Needs to find some more Ralts. What's the discard here from Lucas? Gives him another Stadium. Not going to have many outs of Lost City from here on out. Oh, but got rid of the energy. I don't know. Should we have just attached? Maybe I like this from Lucas. Like, just hope that you draw an out to an energy or draw supporter. Gets a draw supporter. Gives up a shot. Actually, no, you kind of have to research here to get an energy to attack with Zacian. You have to attack with Zacian this turn. So it sucks to lose the Shiny Arcana. Losing the candy is not a big deal, but losing the Shiny Arcana is actually pretty bad. You'll be able to Super Rod at some point, I guess. Your Super Rods aren't going to be too good in this matchup because of the Lost Cities. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure about that play last turn from Christian, but it'll probably be fine. We'll see how it goes. Not going to bench the Arceus, just going to go with the Iono. Do we want to see Arceus bench there? I guess maybe you don't need it. Do you just go Umbreon after this, probably? That's probably the route here from Christian. I got the Lost City as well, so we get the Lost City Zacian, which is a big deal. I actually, to be honest, I'd have to go back and... No, wait, the Lost City just got played. I was like, could Lucas have bumped the Lost City? But the Lost City just got played. I'm like overthinking it there. Alakazam move 2 off onto the Gardevoir. Sounds good. And then there's the knockout. Load up some more energy on these Umbreons, I assume. Probably try and keep around enough energy to potentially attack with. Maybe we won't see that though. That might be all the energy, actually. I don't think we're attacking with anything else besides maybe an Arceus for the rest of this game. Lost City Zacian, of course. And now Lucas is praying to hit a KO here with the Shiny Arcana. Once again, I'm not sure if Lucas actually plays the Reversal Energy, just kind of assuming it's in there. But unfortunately for Lucas, it doesn't matter. Because... Yeah, unfortunately for Lucas, it doesn't matter. Because the Guardians are in the top 4 prize cards. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Lucas get 2 prize cards off the Reversal Energy and then just concede and go next. We'll see, though. Gets rid of the Switch. That does tell Christian about the Switch, though. I wonder if there's anything else that could have been discarded just to avoid giving Christian that information. If you don't think Christian already had it. But if Christian already has the information of the Switch, then it doesn't matter. It's one of those like really small things that might not matter, but could matter. Grabs a Gardevoir here. Has a Fall Crystal in hand. I think 4th Ralts is in the deck. I don't think there was any Ralts prize. I might be wrong on that. No, it's just the 2 Guard EX for Pokemon. Choosing not to play the Fog Crystal would be interesting. Okay, there we go. Mew versus... Yeah, you definitely get the Ralts here. Okay, yeah, that was always like a huge misplay from Lucas. I don't think Lucas has used Greninja yet either. I'm pretty sure we've just used a refinement from Lucas. So it could have got energy and then Greninja'd away the energy. Once again, we're probably digging really deep here for the reversal. Still has both Shiny Arcanas to use. A lot of energy in the hand. Still has Greninja to use. Could also be digging for Super Rod. You Super Rod all the energy back into the deck and then hope to hit him off the Shiny Arcana as well. There's Refinement. There's the Super Rod. So we could see Greninja next. Draw 2. Okay, there we go. Greninja first. I'm starting to think that Lucas does not play the reversal energy. I think there's a level ball in hand as well that Lucas could have played beforehand here. Okay, Super Rod for 3 Psychics. There's a level ball in the hand as well. I'm almost positive there's a level ball in hand. I guess Christian counting the deck, doing the I don't know if doing the math really matters here. Here we go. So 2 Shiny Arcanas to work with here. Once again, this doesn't matter though. It's kind of funny. Like it's kind of sad that Lucas is going through all this work just to. There we go. There are the hits, but going through. I don't think Lucas plays the reversal. Going through all this work to not draw a Guard EX is so. This is so sad. Like, well sequenced, well played on Lucas's part, and then you just don't get rewarded at all. That feels so bad. You appreciate the 9 months there, Manor. Man. Like, do you just concede? Like, what do you do here as Lucas? I would concede probably. You try to save time, I think. Like, you want this game to conclude as well, I believe. This is like the win and in. So I would just concede here if I was Lucas. How do you ever... You can't win from here, right? How could you win? Okay, you can actually... No, you can't win anymore. The game's over. No. Yeah, it's over. You just go next. You save time. Is there a way to win? Oh, the reversal is in there. What's the play here then? You could boss... Okay. You could have boss KO'd Alakazam with reversal. Bump the stadium. Boss KO the Alakazam with reversal, bump stadium, and then recover this into play. But that probably isn't... It still probably doesn't win you the game. Maybe. Yeah. If Lucas had got a Guard EX though, I think Lucas actually just wins. I don't know if they had a boss though. I don't know if Lucas had a boss left. There was one prized. I don't know the boss Palpad count and what was in the discard pile. Lucas maybe didn't have a way to Gusset KO the Alakazam. Guard EX prize again, but it's just one of them. That's all you need. You need one to just get going initially. A Ralts prize as well. The Ralts is going to be fortunate on the other side. Nothing too important prize. The second Umbreon prize, that could be something that'll be unfortunate to see prized. Dura start here from Christian. Falkers will coming in from Lucas. Probably just gonna go ahead and grab the Mew, I would imagine. We're gonna see Mew get grabbed here. Doing some prize checking. That's so low percentage. Yeah, it's super low percentage. Super low. Yep, there's the Shmew. Yep, hopefully getting the Battle VIP pass here. We'll see. Level ball at the very least. No Battle VIP. Feels bad. Gotta go get... Click that over the Fog Crystal, which is interesting, though, actually. Yeah, that's curious. Oh, another level... Yeah, what... Don't we want to save the level balls to get... There was a Fog Crystal there. Don't we want to save the level balls to get Curlias? What does the Fog Crystal... Saving the Fog Crystal for later do? It finds energy, I guess. But I think you want triple Curlia next turn, probably. Maybe already has a Curlias in hand, though, and then you would maybe favor the Fog Crystals. You could get Judged. You could get Ionode. I feel like I like the idea of the level balls being in the deck a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe the... Yeah, I don't think I like the level ball grab there from Lucas. I think I would have gone Fog Crystal. Save the level balls. All right, over to Christian. We have the Nest Ball coming in to get the Arceus. And then... Needs to get... energy for it. I mean, if that's all Christian walks away with here, it's going to be fine. It might even be an adventurous discovery there. Yep, Adventure Discovery. He's gonna get super set up this turn from Christian. I actually wonder if the Nest Ball could have got Alakazam. I guess would have been the only other thing if the Alakazam's in the deck. Umbreon Arceus from Christian also has that. That's actually a pretty big deal to have that early. The Volo. Turn 2 Volo might be pretty good here. Especially if like your just Dura gets punched or something by Guardi EX. Could be a pretty good play from Christian. There's the attachment. Also plays Panic Mask. Okay, so that's going to be a big deal in this matchup as well. Mew first year from Lucas is interesting. I'm curious to know what the rest of the hand is, to be honest. So for this turn from Lucas, just like punch the active with Umbreon or Guardi EX is fine. Oh, it's a research in hand. So we had the candy as well. So looking for that Ultra Ball makes sense there from Lucas. Look for the Ultra Ball candy. Would have been nice. Have to settle without it. No Greninja setup at all here. This once again like a level ball. Like yeah, I think taking the Focus. Ooh. That's not great. And it's thinking about getting aggressive with the Zacian again from Lucas. I think I like it. I'm curious to see how Christian will respond to this one this time, though. Is Christian going to go after that Zacian again and just kind of punch it? Like, I don't think Zacian is getting a one-hit KO next turn. It's a little bit more likely this turn, to be honest, than last turn. So maybe you want to... but you have the Panic Mask as well, so you could avoid it with Panic Mask and then KO that Kirlia. Goes after the Zacian again. See, I guess the thing about this from Christian is you do kind of like fully limit the Zacian, right? You hit it, next turn you KO it, and then Panic Mask to the Umbreon. Okay, yeah. So there's like no way you're getting one hit KO'd here as Christian, which maybe that makes the most sense. Maybe that's all you're trying to avoid, getting one hit KO'd. And it seems like Christian is not a big fan of actually setting up the Duraludon in this matchup. Gets rid of the Volo, so the Duraludon might be getting set up in this one because we could have seen Christian go like Starbirth and actually Volo away the Duraludon. Wait, can you Volo out of the active? You can't, right? Panic Mask is actually good. It's not bad. Oh, has to get Lost City here. I was like wondering why we're getting Lost City this aggressively, but you have to bump that Sinnoh so you can actually attack this turn. Switch, Lost City. I don't know, KOing Kirlia still seems pretty good there. I guess you're not one-hit KOing this unless you set up the Duraludon. You're never one-hit KOing this thing anyways. But I think the Duraludon is basically set up here. So we could have gone KO Kirlia and then one-hit KO the Zacian on the next turn. Little price check in here on the energy. Let's see what... I guess you might as well like load up the Umbreon right now because yeah, you don't need the big one-hit KO potential of the Duraludon. One thing that would be actually a kind of curious play here from Lucas though would actually be to boss Duraludon and just punch it. And I think that is, yeah, I think that's what Christian is playing around here because the Umbreon can retreat for a double turbo, whereas the Duraludon can't. We saw like initially Christian was like going to load up the Umbreon, but... So Panic Mask maybe should have gone down to the Duraludon. I actually don't know. I haven't played this matchup on the Umbreon side. Okay, another Kirlia here for Lucas. We did have this other Kirlia in play last turn, right? Another thing actually interesting about this scenario for Lucas right now, though, is Lucas can ignore... Theoretically, Lucas can ignore the Arceus for the whole game. Which would be... like this turn, we could see Lucas like retreat and use Cresselia and just like damage the Duraludon. Or probably the Umbreon because it has the Panic Mask. And then go into like Gust Knockout, and the game's over like that. That'd be like a curious play to see. It'd be curious to see Lucas go down that route and see how that would develop. I don't know if we'll see Lucas do that. Yeah, theoretically, you could just Cresselia this turn. But it looks like we might just be seeing a swing with the Zacian. Ooh, the boss. Yeah, so we are kind of seeing Lucas go down that, though. Just like kind of chase the three prizers, the 2-3 prize Pokemon, and ignore the Arceus. Could have seen the Gust on the Umbreon, though, and try and trap it in the active, which would have been interesting. KO Kirlia with Lost City sounds good. That does sound pretty good. And once again, you could have set up the Duraludon to respond to the Zacian from there. But Christian seems pretty... Oh, actually, that might be what we are seeing here from Lucas. We might see the Cresselia play. Well, getting the Cresselia, but... I think I would have liked to have seen the Cresselia play here. So we actually see the Cresselia grabbed here from Lucas. We could have seen, like... I don't know. Different ways this could have been played from Lucas. But maybe because Lucas has the stadium right now, wants the Zacian to get KO'd, but go to the discard pile instead of, and then being able to utilize it later. That could be why we see Lucas play it like this. Turboing out and aggroing out the Cresselia. I guess you just want to thin out the deck there. Boss Umbreon plus Cresselia. Yeah, that could have been a cool play as well here from Lucas. I wouldn't have hate to see that. Because you potentially just like win the game if Christian whiffs a double turbo or a switch card, and there's only one switch card left. They did get the escape rope though. But if they escape rope here, you get to push like Greninja and just like lose the Greninja for the turn, which is like pretty nice as well. The Alakazam is found here as well for Christian. I don't know if you want to be using the Alakazam though. I mean, is it just so good that you just have to use it? Start to build up some damage. I'm not sure what that card is. Oh, we're actually running the Duraludon away. Okay, so Duraludon's just gonna be sitting on the bench for the rest of the game, basically dead. And yeah, no Lost City here. Yeah, I think we should definitely see, yeah, so no Lost City. I think we should definitely see Cresselia come out here for Lucas. Just Cresselia, set up the Umbreon probably, and then go boss maybe. I don't know if Lucas can afford to do that boss. Well, I don't know how many boss Lucas plays, but if there's 2 boss left and 2 boss in the deck, I think Lucas could definitely go that route. Once again, just don't put, a reason to do that would just be not put any of your Gardevoir, your draw power in the active. We will get a second use out of the Zacian as well here from Lucas. There's the Mew send up. Oh wait, Greninja wasn't even on the bench. We could have pushed up Mew, I guess, then if the escape rope happened. Volo's bench only. Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't 100% sure. Volo would actually probably be too good if it could also just get rid of the active. That sounds really good, actually. Volo sounds a decent bit better. Yeah, attack with Cresselia seems here pretty good here from Lucas. You could also just go KO. Yeah, I like the Cresselia set up the Umbreon advance. That sounds pretty good to me. Once again, it depends how many boss Lucas plays. I think that'd be a big part of this for sure. I also like the Cresselia last turn as well, but like forcing the Zacian getting KO'd there, I don't hate there from Lucas, and I have access to it later. Cresselia would also heal that damage off the Kirlia. Feels like Lucas is like trying to maybe play for that 1-hit KO though on the active here. Now it's putting the Greninja in play. We might be seeing the Iono come down here. I think we should attach an energy here before we Iono. Iono down to 4 also seems pretty good. There's a boss in the hand, so we know there's at least 1 boss left for Lucas. I think Lucas is probably... haven't seen the Palpad yet from Lucas, so I assume Lucas is playing the 3 boss. There's the Super Rod. You could recover right now. I don't hate it because you never know when a Lost City is going to happen anyways. And it looks like both Super Rod are in the deck right now as well. Looks like we're not playing an Iono this turn from. I would definitely Iono here if I was Lucas though. I don't know why. I don't know why Lucas is not playing Iono, to be honest. Like you just, yeah, I think Lucas should have like opened up the sequence by playing Iono. Like Christian has a 6-card hand that you can make a 4-card hand. Like why would you not do that? And then build on your hand after that with your Greninja and your refinements and all that stuff. We do see a boss coming down. Okay. The boss on the Duraludon, maybe now trying to trap this Duraludon on the active, I guess. We are going with the... Oh, no, we're not going with the Cresselia play. So I guess Lucas's plan is knock this out and then 1-hit KO the Umbreon? We're losing so much draw power here, though. And we're losing the Gardevoir? I don't know, Iono plus attack with Cresselia. I like that. I think I like Iono plus attack with Cresselia better. I guess it feels pretty bad if your Guard EX gets bossed on the next turn. That would feel pretty bad, but if Lucas does have another boss, which I assume they have a Palpad or a boss left here, then I guess the game plan for Lucas just becomes Zacian boss KO Umbreon next turn, which is okay, I guess. We did put the Zacian back in the deck. Yeah, I guess. There we go. Knock out the Duraludon. Need that last boss. I don't know if it was prized or it's in the deck. I assume it's in the deck in this situation if Lucas is going this route. Might have been prized. Still has that Ralts prize, which is kind of unfortunate. And on Christian's side, gets the Umbreon. Christian has 4 prize cards left. So if Christian doesn't Gust KO the Guard EX this turn, it looks like Christian is eyeing up Iono. It is a Luminion happening here. So going with Iono plus knockout active here looks like it is the play. And benched another Umbreon. Okay, there we go. I don't know, Iono plus Cresselia on that last turn. I don't know, that seemed like pretty good from Lucas. I never like losing my Gardevoirs if I don't have to. If I feel like I can still win the game just fine. Because now you you start getting Iono to Judge, which this Arceus deck plays a lot of hand disruption, so you want to try and preserve your draw power as the game progresses. Okay, so it is possible for Lucas to win this turn, I believe. believe it is possible for Lucas to win this turn. Does need quite a bit. I mean, what do you need? 9, 7, 8, 8, 9. You need 9 energy on the Zacian. And it has when I push Umbreon plus Boss Guard EX, Baby Guardy can't hit Umbreon VMAX. That might have been a pretty good play there, actually, to be honest, Fink. Well, then you kind of... Lucas... No, I don't like that play, because Lucas only has 3 prize cards left. So you KO the Guard EX, but there's no other 2 prizes in play on Lucas's board, and Lucas just goes punch, and the next turn evolves something else punch, and they just win. I actually don't like that play. That gives Lucas so much time to just set up for the 2 KO on the Umbreon. You're kind of giving it to them. I like making them work through this play a little bit more. Okay, so 8 loaded here for the KO, and now Lucas is just a boss KO away from winning the game on the Luminian or the Alakazam with Guardy EX. So Lucas is in a pretty good spot here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's the knockout. Could have won this turn if they had... Yeah, they could have won this turn, but not quite. Christian does get the KO on the station and sends it to the Lost Zone, which means it's almost impossible for Lucas to actually one-hit KO the Umbreon on the next turn. Almost impossible, if not impossible. I guess it is possible with the reversal energy. And there's a clean Curly on the bench, I believe. I'm curious to see what Christian does here. I assume it's just going to be KO active, and ideally with a Lost City. We don't have any energy in the discard pile, though. I guess Christian could KO the Guard EX. Okay, there's the KO. I assume Christian has Boss. Draw. Boss Alakazam. Load up 3. Knockout. Okay, we go to game 3. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard for me to like think about the matchup from the Arc Umbreon side because I've just never played the deck. I've just never played the deck, so it's really hard for me to think about that. Think about the matchup from the... Ooh, double VMAX prize. That's not good. Volo prize could be a pretty big deal as well, trying to get some liabilities out of play. Another Ralts prize for Lucas. Yeah, the Ralts, of course, is going to suck, but the double Umbreon is probably the biggest thing here. We do have Christian going first again. The Mew Star is pretty good for Lucas, though. I don't think that makes up for prizing a Ralts, but... I believe there's an Adventurer's Discovery in the hand there for Christian as well, so... Could have like a ridiculously good turn 2, but with the Umbreon's prize, it's going to be a little bit worse. Does have a Lost... Damn. Christian's hand is really good. Has V-Star, Double Turbo, Alakazam, Lost City. Like, a bunch of good cards for the matchup already. No aggressive Umbreon play. And we've seen Christian do that twice now, where Christian just brings up the Zacian and punches it. We finally see a Battle VIP pass from Lucas, it looks like. Well, they put it on the screen at least. I don't know if that's actually what Lucas is using. But Lucas, first Battle VIP pass in 3 games. Probably should go get Greninja here. Greninja is going to be a pretty big piece, I feel like. I was thinking about Spiritomb, actually. I was lining up the Spiritomb. No, okay, double, saving all the Battle VIP passes for game 3. We should definitely see Greninja grabbed here now. Was that a Manaphy? It looks like that was Manaphy. I think Lucas is thinking about grabbing Spiritomb just to like play around Luminian, but I think you probably want the bench space open for a potential of a Cresselia, or I mean you're probably getting attack turn 2. Go through the Zacian. Okay, I was thinking about Zacian. They put the Spiritomb to the front of the deck, so maybe they're just counting it. But goes with the Zacian. And then just needs to get, there it is, last Ralts. And Iono. Okay, so pretty clean start here from Lucas. I'm not sure how I feel about the aggressive Zacian is interesting in this matchup because how it's been played on both sides. Pretty weak draw there, though. And no Fall Crystal to use Greninja. No energy. That's so weak, actually, from Lucas. That sucks. That's rough. Because you really want to just, like, start going through your deck here. It does have a Candy and a Curly in hand, so it has some good pieces in hand, but it was really looking for an energy to use Greninja there. You just want to go through your deck aggressively. That's, like, the plan. Okay. Christian, I believe, does have the V-Star in a boss. No, doesn't. Actually, Christian's hand sucks. Oh, wait. Lucas doesn't even know what the Mean Look does? No, they have to. That's why they play the Switch. Well, they don't have to. I assume they do. Okay. Umbreon to get a KO on the Mew. That's pretty cool. At least, even though Christian's hand sucks, at least they're getting the prize card, though. Getting the prize card is really important. Candy Guard EX, though, for Lucas is also really good. But plays the Iono. Should they play? I don't think they should play. Wait, what? Let me see the sequence here. You don't, like, getting the one-hit KO here from Lucas is probably not going to happen. Oh, but I think they did go refinement, and then they went into the Candy. Now, what'd they do here? I can't, dude, why don't they show the board? I can't see, I want to see the board. They maybe did double refinement there and then decided, okay, well, now I have to Iono because I literally just don't have the energy. Okay. That is fair from Lucas then to play the Iono if they did use the refinements first. It looked like they just Candy Guardied play at Iono though. Where are the energy? Okay, there's some energy. Definitely need to get a hit off this turn from Lucas. Oh my gosh, did they actually whiff? Dude. That's crazy. Dude, that's so rough. Man, if he comes down. Oh, hold on. Yo, you can't do that. Dude, Lucas just threw. Okay, so there is one thing here though. Christian, if Christian wants to, all right, so winning, so there's 8 minutes left. There's 8 minutes left. So maybe that's what Lucas is thinking here. Lucas is like, okay, there's not enough time for them to actually win through the mean look strategy. Yeah, maybe Lucas is like, okay, there's not enough time for them to win through mean look. One of us has to win this match for us to get into cut. So I'm just gonna play like Christian's gonna play like they're gonna try and win this game. That's not unreasonable from Lucas, to be honest, to be like, they can't, neither of us can afford a tie here because we're trying to make top 8. Both players want to make top 8. Both players are competitive players. You know, neither of them are going to be content with the tie and one of them getting top 16. They're not content with that. They're both trying to play to win. So maybe Lucas is like, they don't have enough time to mean look lock me. So if I play it this way, it'll be fine. Because Christian will have to be more aggressive. But maybe there is enough time for Christian to get enough KOs through mean look. We'll see. I'm actually curious now. I wonder if Lucas realizes what they did though. I don't know. I don't know. And there's an S-Ball. So here comes Alakazam, and they have the double turbo in the hand. So here as Christian, you just saw them play their switch. I would just get Alakazam and go mean look. No. You could get far enough ahead in the prize exchange theoretically here as Christian that you maybe could win, but you have to play super fast. But what I want to see from what I would want to see, but Christian is actually playing this not to go for the mean look lock. But Christian could have gone. Christian didn't even have to go. Yeah, Christian could have gone Nest Ball for Alakazam, Nest Ball for Umbreon. I guess you want to play the research here, I guess. And then mean look. But we're not going for it because you could have mean looked here for a little while. You wouldn't even put the double turbo on the Umbreon yet, I don't think. But I don't know. Christian might just be going more aggressive. Which, once again, like if you're trying to win this, you do have to kind of play faster. But Christian could have played this. Christian could have played this. Like could have tried to play really fast under the mean look lock, which I think would have been fair. Just failed second S-Ball. Yeah. So not going the mean look route. Not going the mean look route. Even though Christian did have the mean look lock set up. Because the switch was burned from Lucas. Escape rope, I'm pretty sure you just always push Greninja here as Lucas. I don't even think it's a question, to be honest. Pushes the Zacian? Oh, but that is another prize card to go down, actually. I didn't realize that. But what are you doing here this turn if you push your Zacian as Lucas? You afford to do this? I guess you could lose to just getting two prizes knocked out. That would kind of be bad for Lucas here. I don't know. I feel like Christian could have tried to turbo down the... Just literally draw Alakazam 2 off me. Look, draw... Until you like draw, like you just need to draw like 2 prize cards that way, and then you just win the game as Christian. I feel like Christian could have gone that route, to be honest. I feel like Christian could have done it. I think it was possible, especially if Christian has the switch left, because then like bossing or Duraludon, you have to switch out to that, stuff like that. Man, I don't know. What is Lucas gonna do this turn? If Christian KOs this, they go down. Christian's in a pretty good spot if Lucas doesn't get a knockout this turn. Yeah, Christian's in a pretty good spot if Lucas doesn't get a KO this turn, and then Christian does get a KO. I have to imagine that Christian knows about the lock as well. I would imagine they wouldn't. But maybe they just like were like not playing around it because like they were thinking about just, oh, Lucas has an out to the mean look lock. And they didn't really even like think about the fact that Lucas had literally just burned their switch. There's 4, 5. This is not a KO unless they got the reversal. They have a boss actually. Does boss? Yeah, boss would KO off the bench. Yeah, KO that Umbreon off the bench sounds pretty good to me. There we go. Looking good. First 2 prize cards coming out here for Lucas. This ball from Christian. We're probably gonna see. Oh, it actually KOs the Zacian? Oh, sheesh. Wait. What just happened? Because Christian was like... Oh, wait, did Christian have Lost City and not Lost? Wait, how does that work? Oh, Christian had the Lost City and forgot to Lost City. No, that's huge. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a pretty big throw. The Zacian is like the best attacker in this matchup. Or most like... Not most efficient, because it's a 2-prizer that hits into other multi-prizers. But it's the easiest Pokemon to take KOs with. Yeah, Christian forgot the Lost City. Oh no. Yeah, Christian was actually in an insanely good spot here if Christian had just like put Lost City in play and KO'd the Zacian, and then KO'd the active and Lost City that as well. Christian is still going down to 1 prize card here though. Should the choice belt go on the Umbreon? I think Christian is just thinking about evolving it to protect it, but not use the gust of it. But I don't know. Should you really be afraid of this getting gust KO'd? Maybe you should. Yeah, because you want to use it to win the game here at this point. I think you should definitely play the Judge here as Christian. Why would we not play Judge here? Because you have Luminion in hand, and Luminion does win the game. But you're probably getting Iono next turn anyways as Christian here, so you probably want to be the person to judge before you get Iono. So I do like the Judge here still, I think, from Christian. You are hoping to draw into a boss now. 1 minute, 30 seconds left. Panic Mask on the... I can't be correct to put on the active there. I actually don't know where it's correct. They do throw it on the active, though. Catch the Umbreon. Knockout. Deck explodes. 1 minute left. Looks like Lucas is probably going to be turn 0 here. Is there energy to attack with the Umbreon? There is. Darken the Metal. Okay. Umbreon's loaded up. KO. So Christian is down to 1 prize card. Boss KO on Gardevoir will win the game. Lucas has 4 prize cards left. So this turn, we have to see Lucas go... I don't know. Lucas could go... Shiny Arcana, Boss KO. Lucas this turn could go Shiny Arcana, Boss KO, or just KO the active, I guess. Shiny Arcana KO active with the reversal. But needs the reversal because there's a Panic Mask on the active. It needs a knockout here. 2 prizes? Wait, who has 2 prizes? Yeah, Christian has 2 prizes. Alright, that's time. Yeah, Lucas is turn 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. So both players have 2 turns. Well, this they have to finish this turn. There's a refinement. Has the boss. Did draw the boss and does have Shiny Arcana. Ninja for 2. Has the reversal as well. So got the KO. Has the KO on the active here, I believe. I think has KO on active. I think the energy should just go on the active here. Has Fog Crystal in hand as well to recover the Zacian next turn. So you should just KO active here, I think, as Lucas. Dude, Christian's face is so funny. Oh no! Oh no! Wait, but why are we bossing? Why not just KO the active? Oh, because you want to KO the Umbreon so you don't lose next turn. Okay, that's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I forgot about Pan. I was like, because if you don't KO the Umbreon, then we lose the boss. So we have to KO Umbreon here. Okay, okay. Yeah, because otherwise Umbreon. Actually, Lucas drew. That was a pretty good draw from Lucas. Actually, I think Lucas got a little bit far. Had to find a boss and the reversal energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. 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 KO active here, but it was still a mistake from Lucas to put this many energy on this because you maybe needed this to hit the Arceus next turn. Because now theoretically Christian could ignore this maybe, and that could be a win condition for Christian now to ignore the Guardy. That could be a win condition, right? Yeah. I also don't even know about the Panic Mask on the Arceus mouse. That felt a little bit weird. I feel like it should have been on the Umbreon, right? Panic Mask I feel like should have always been on the Umbreon. I don't know. Was that a double attach? No, they got one off the Shiny Arcana. They got one off the Shiny Arcana. All right, Duraludon push here. One was from Arcana, yeah. If they ignore Guardian, don't you boss KO Alakazam? But you need another boss. There's already 2 boss gone. You would need another boss. That's the thing. Like you don't just have everything. Yeah, like ignoring Guardy here actually seems good. What if you want to send up Guardy? What if you want to send up Arceus boss KO Greninja? Then you would need 2 boss here as Christian, because then they could push Guardian wall for a turn. Oh, second Panic Mask? There's 2? All right, 1 prize card left here for Christian. Knock out the Guardy. So there's the Zacian in the deck, I believe. Draw. Super Rod. Zacian. And I have no idea what that other card in hand is. I think it might be a research, actually. What is it? It is a dude, what an insane... Wait, what? Lucas got Iono'd into research? Dude. See, this is... Level Ball. Grabs Ralts. Still did not get the Zacian yet. So has to Greninja into the Zacian. There's an energy in hand. So I believe it is Greninja into Zacian here. I don't know what Lucas just played. I don't know what that is. Is that an Artisan? Yeah, and then use it. There's nothing to get. There's the Fog Crystal. How many energy do you need here? 9? Yeah, this is where Lucas makes the big mistake, right? 3, 6, 8, 9. This is where Lucas messes up. No! And that's it, right there. Attach, throw it up. Throw all on the Zacian. Yo! No, bro! Dude, like... Dude, you don't get... This is like a perfect example of... What would I call this? What would I call this? Like... These are like the... Like, this happens to everyone where people make these kind of mistakes. Everyone makes these kind of mistakes. But like... This is like the... But like, so realizing these situations, you make this mess up. But there's so many situations that come up where people don't realize they messed up. What am I trying to explain here? Like, this is like... Like, first off, Lucas had to drew Super Rod Research off of getting Iono to 1, which is already just like... They already had to get pretty lucky for that. And then they get that. And then they choke the... and then they choke the they got like a God draw off the Iono, and then they choke it. I was just like, that's like the difference between like choking these situations, messing up these situations, like the difference between the average player and the good player and the great players. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you're like fully see what's going on. You do have to play fast here. Well, actually, Lucas didn't have to like rush in this situation because they're in turns. You know, if like Lucas had made this mistake when they were getting close to time being called, it would have made a little bit more sense. Like if Lucas was just like trying to play cards as fast as they could. But once you're in turns, you don't have to like, you can, you know, play at like a normal pace of play and like make sure you're thinking through your things. But like, yeah, you got to make sure, like what I'm trying to say is you got to make sure you take advantage of when you get Iono to 1 and you draw Super Rod Research, whenever it happens, because you're not going to get Iono to 1 and draw literally the 2 cards you need that often off the Iono. So make sure when you get Iono to 1 and you draw Research Super Rod, you can't, every time you like wasting one of those moments is huge. Like that's the difference between like winning a tournament or losing a tournament, right? And that's why like the best players are the best players, because they don't, you know, they don't waste those Ionos, right? Everyone gets them. Everyone gets Iono to 1 and draws Super Rod Research, but knowing what to do with it and then executing it properly is like the difference maker there. But not even to talk about just like to plays to that extent of like these kind of situations, but even other plays outside of that. You know, that's what separates the great players from. That's what separates good players from average players and great players from good players, is maximizing every situation to its fullest extent, or how much you maximize every situation, or how you go about maximizing every situation to its fullest extent is based around or is what separates good from average, great from good. I hope that makes sense, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to get across.